In the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, opposition protesters again blocked the entrances to government buildings. Demonstrations continued over President Viktor Yanukovych's decision not to sign an association agreement with the European Union. In another part of the city, pro-government demonstrators staged their own event, with politicians from the ruling Party of Regions addressing their supporters. In Armenia, activists protested against legislation that will require all workers under 40 to pay 5% of their salaries into private pension funds. The law is due to go into effect on January 1st after opposition lawmakers failed to delay its enactment. Its opponents are seeking to challenge the legislation at Armenia's Constitutional Court. In Moscow, Russia's Ministry of Natural Resources and the Environment and the World Wildlife Fund have opened an international forum on polar bear conservation. Delegates are discussing how to protect the declining polar bear population from threats posed by climate change, pollution, poaching, and fuel exploration in the Arctic. In Kabul, the first Afghan-Indian Partnership Trade Fair has opened, with 44 companies from both countries exhibiting their services and products. India's ambassador to Afghanistan said that annual trade between the two countries has risen to more than $280 million. In the Tajik capital, Dushanbe, models took to the catwalk for Tajik Fashion Week. The fashion show included the country's first ever display of designs created for young disabled people. In the Kyrgyz capital, Bishkek, human rights activist Andarush Tokhtonaserov staged a dancing protest in front of the offices of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. He's demanding the extradition of former President Kurmanbek Bakiev from Belarus. Bakiev fled to Belarus after a coup in 2010 drove him from office, and the OSCE had a role in negotiating his departure. The protest made reference to a well-known instance of Bakiev publicly dancing to an Uzbek polka. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.